Hi, this is Andy from the Comics panel, and we're here with Glenn Whitmore today, and we're going to talk a little bit about comics and the current projects that he's working on.
Sure.
How you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing very well. I'm
Thank you
having a
very much
blast.
for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And
I appreciate it.
just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about how long you've been in the comics industry and what led you to doing comics.
Well, I've been in the industry since 1988. I broke in at DC, coloring Superman starting that year. I did a few other things right before Superman, but mainly I started with Superman for the most part. I got into comics, just like any kid I just loved comics, and I just aspired to be a comic professional ever since I was 10 years old. I grew up actually near the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art in Dover, New Jersey, and my mom signed me up for that, for the Saturday morning class for the kids. It was just a sketch class, but it was really good, and I met a lot of aspiring comic book professionals and people who would later also become comic professionals. And it was a great place. I remember the very first time Joe Kubert himself drew a head, did a demonstration on the proportions of the head, and I walked away from that. And before that, I wanted to be either an astronaut or a baseball player or whatever, those types of things. But as soon as I had walked away from that class, I wanted to be a comic book professional. I wanted to draw comics.
That's cool, yeah. So he's had a real big influence?
Yes, he had a very big influence on me growing up. I grew up near the school. I was there like every Saturday for the Saturday class. It was just you couldn't have asked for anything better. I met a lot of friends through that, and it was like it just became like a religious calling almost.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
The couple of the current books that you're working on right now are Supersuckers from Sitcomics and The Blue Baron.
Right.
And what's it like working on a brand new title like that? That's maybe a little bit different from the mainstream books. Is it better or worse or?
No, it's great because you're getting in on the ground floor and you can help establish things. You're not tied to what somebody else has already established. So I would say that because I like being able to set things. Ron Frenz, who's one of the artists on one of the books, already had pre-established colors that he wanted for a lot of the characters. So, but it's great because I work with Ron and I work with Jeff, who's drawing Supersuckers, and Darren, of course, and we work things out. We work all that out, all the color schemes for all the characters and everything. And I'm being a colorist for a comic book. It's sort of like being a lighting director in Hollywood for a movie or a TV show. You're setting the mood for everything. So it's. And I just love the art form, and I love working at comics, and you get to do it from home. So
yeah, that's definitely an advantage. I noticed, especially in Supersuckers, that it's almost like a 4-color book,
right?
Which is something I really love. I love
Yes.
4-color books.
Yeah.
Is that something that is intentional, or
Yes.
is that just something that?
That is intentional.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
Yeah, because that's. It's the Archie style. Jeff draws in the Archie style, and the Archie style really works with those flatter colors and those simpler palettes. So, yeah, not that they're, too simple, but whereas
I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
whereas Ron's book is a little more detail intensive and sort of geared towards the superhero crowd, and the superhero crowd wants a little more modeling on their comics. So.
That's cool.
Sure.
And so you're really, really interested in more of the color aspect, just in general, or is that just kind of where you found your place?
Well, that's where I landed. I actually self-published a comic a few years back, but so I'm still interested in pursuing drawing, and I'm always drawing on the side anyway for fun. location drawing, figure drawing. Always trying to keep up my drawing chops. And I like telling my own stories as well. And I'm working on a self-published project myself, so not as grand a scope as Sitcomics, but it's just something I do, to self-publish for fun.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
sure.
All right. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.